What does these shorts have to do with this video? Well, my friends, let me tell you a story. These shorts right here, I have these shorts for 6 years. Goes back to my college days. And wearing these shorts has gone through many experiences of weight changes. It's gone through to my heaviest being 260, all the way down to my lowest being 217. And despite the fact that it's gone through two changes, I've always been a size of 34, waist 34. And I would never think that I could ever get lower than 34. Even growing up as a kid, all the way up through my, career, I've always been buying pants, shorts at a waist of 34. Until this moment in time where it just hit me last weekend, I went to put on these shorts to wear for the burger challenge. And I put them on, I was like, man, they're loose. And then I had to put a belt on, and I put the belt on, and I had to put the belt loop all the way till the edge of the boot, the edge of the loop to secure and things like that. I'm like, I'm like, this is crazy. Because back then when I was at 255, when I do these food challenges, or like I'll do amounts of eating and things like that, I'll do like 4,000 plus calories, do all these things, is like I was chilling 234. I'm chilling at waist 34. Moving forward now, it's like, things are different. It's not the same. My weight is different. I'm not 255 anymore. I'm at 234. But the difference is also too, I'm eating 4,600 calories. And at the same time, I'm still doing these massive food challenges. And for y'all who tune in, you probably know it's like, I eat a lot, right? Even still, you hear me 4,600, that's a lot of food, right? So I'm eating a lot of food, but I'm also still looking lean. I'm still weighing 234. I'm still looking lean. I still have abs. I'm still growing. My muscles are still growing, still building, things like that. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. Cause like, at what point does it change? Like at what point, what's making a difference? And it goes back into today's topic, and today's conversation is metabolic capacity. And there's three mistakes you're doing that's affecting your metabolic capacity. Mistake number one is you're eating whatever you want without knowing. It's a crazy thing. There's so many conversations I've been having with people, or people just come up and like, people are like, man, like I'm trying to do this, but it's not working, or like, like what should I do? What's the next steps? I'd be like, all right, well, tell me your numbers, or what you've been doing. It was like, well, I think I've been doing this, or I think I've been like hitting these numbers. It's like, there's a difference between thinking and there's a difference between knowing. When you go to thinking, you're just winging the shit out of it, right? You are going to failure on the thinking part. Like, if you don't know exactly what you're doing, how are you supposed to move forward if you don't know a clue what's working for you? As opposed to knowing is what's going to drive you to be successful. Knowing is going to be exactly what steps and actions you need to take to move yourself forward. So when it comes to like eating whatever you want without knowing, it's like, this is the issue. It comes a lot of you guys, because a lot of you guys are thinking about, what you're doing versus actually knowing. And coming back to me is like, when you guys ask me, like, do you guys always figure out? Because a lot of times too, I get questions, I get comments, and like, yo, how you doing all these food challenges and you still have abs? How you doing all this, like, these calories, and you do these food challenges, plus like also too, like how you only gain like a pound or two afterwards and stuff like that. It's just all based back on my metabolic capacity, but also too is like, I know the shit that I'm going into. I know the numbers, I know my calories, I know my proteins, my macros, right? I know my steps, I know my workouts, I know my training, I know I'm progress overloaded inside my training, my weights are increasing, my strength is increasing. I know all these things. I know how much water I'm intaking. I'm a freak when it comes to that, but I know these things. So whenever I need to plug and play, and wherever I need to know what steps and actions to take, I know exactly what I need to do. As opposed to a lot of you guys, 99% of you guys who are watching this, you guys are just thinking. You guys are just thinking like this is like what you think you're doing. This is like you think you know how much you're doing. That's not going to cut it. You're just half-assing it. And this is why you're still stuck. This is why those pants you're feeling, that's why they're not getting looser for you. They're getting more tighter. And it's putting you in this position to the point where you put those pants or those, those favorite jeans, a favorite outfit back inside the closet, deep in the closet, and it's forcing you to go back to the store to purchase more jeans that are going to be fit in your new size, which at the end of the day, you still feel miserable about it. And every time you purchase those new outfits, because you got to go one size up, you're hiding away, you're hitting the favorite outfits into the closet, making you not want it more. So make yourself feel, more rational and more inspiring to take the outfit out, put that on your mirror, put that somewhere, hang it up, make that as your motivation, make that as your drive to work for that shit so you don't feel miserable and things like that. And it goes to mistake number 2 is like you guys are eating less and doing more cardio. If that was working for you, how come you guys are not in that position? And it just blows my mind that you guys still fall for this trap of eating less and do more cardio. If that was the case, this is the reason why you're still stuck. This is the reason why you have not seen the changes. And this is the reason why you keep you lose the weight, but then you gain it back. You lose the weight, you gain it back, or if not, even more. So you can fall for the cycle trap every single time, eating less and doing more cardio. And lastly, you guys are just inconsistent. You're inconsistent of knowing what you're doing. You're inconsistent in your workouts. You're inconsistent of like understanding, tracking what's working, what's not. You're inconsistent on a lot of things. And the only thing you're consistent about is you're consistent about going to happy hour. You're consistent about going to, these events, eating whatever you want, things that you're consistent about, all these unhealthy habits. But you're not being consistent on a lot of things you need to do. So it just leads into go and talk about on how to, lose your first 5 pounds or your next 5 pounds by understanding your metabolic capacity. And to fully understand, I'm going to dive more deeper on this balloon analogy. I'll move over here. So we take a look at the balloon analogy, all right? So pretend the balloon is your muscle, all right? That's your balloon. The air is your food intake, okay? So right now, here's yours. This small, little, unfortunately, unlooking guy right here is dog shit. You're looking flabby. You're not looking the way you want to and things that, you got that pudge around your stomach. You got those love handles coming. Maybe you got flabby chest. You got flabby tits. Whatever the case is, this is what you're looking like right now. You're looking like dog shit. It's slow. Your metabolism, you tank your metabolism so low that it's so slow that it can't burn fat. And the only thing it's doing is just storing it because you just haven't built your metabolism. You haven't built the things to make it do what it needs to do. So it's very slow. And at the end, you just feel miserable. You feel miserable about yourself. You feel miserable about how you go about your day. Overall, you just feel miserable. You're not happy where you're at. You're not happy with what you do. You're not happy what you look in those clothes. You're not happy what you look in those photos. You don't feel confident. You're just overall feeling miserable. And to understand it is like, how can you prove it to have a future? The one where you look a certain way, right? The one where you feel confident in those clothes, right? The one that you gain back the outfit, the one that you have those dream outfits, those jeans, whatever the outfit that is, you feel confident, right? You actually look a certain way to the point like, yeah, that person, takes care of the health. Yeah, that person works out. Yeah, that person understands the game and things like that. To the point where you understand how to build your metabolism to the point it's fast. And that becomes the fat burning methodology right there. Is, once you have a faster metabolism, once you have acquired more muscle, that's when it just becomes a fat burning machine right there, because the more muscle you have, the more calories you can burn and things like that. And at the end, you become happy and you become confident. You become more happy about your day-to-day activities, your job, your life, friends, family, whatever the case is. You become more confident rocking these clothes, going to these social settings, feeling a confident person, knowing that you're the shit. That's all it is, really. So, to understand the metabolic capacity even more, understand the balloon. Again, we're looking at the balloon as the muscle, right? And it goes back to the mistakes, right? When you eat less and do more cardio, you're deflating the balloon. You're ruining your muscle. You're deflating that muscle to a point where, one, you're not resistant to training, and two, you're not getting the amount of adequate protein to fulfill that muscle to grow and things like that. So every time that you eat less and do more cardio, you're deflating the balloon. And that muscle is getting smaller and smaller, leads into the metabolism being slow, leads into you looking like dog shit. Because there's 2 ways you can look at it, right? When looking at dog shit. There's a way where you can lose the 20 pounds, but you still look the same. And that's you just being looking like dog shit. Or this could be an alternative way where you look a certain way that you can lose the 20 pounds, but you gain muscle. You're more toned. You're more confident, things like that. And you look a more strong, powerful person. That's you being more confident, and that's you doing the right way versus you being dog shit. So understand, when you eat less and do more cardio, you're portraying this realm right here of your metabolism and your metabolic capacity of what you're looking like right now. Also too, when we're looking at this too, is like your metabolism only becomes faster when you have more muscle. Your metabolism doesn't get increased. If we always talk about the activities, right? Like, yes, working out only plays, again, 5%. And we've done the charts before, about 5% of the activity. So yes, it doesn't burn calories, but it doesn't equate for the amount of calories that's being burnt in the aftermath. It doesn't equate for the muscles being recovered. It doesn't equate for the muscles actually growing. It doesn't equate for the protein to do its job to, repair the muscles and for it to keep growing at the same time and keep maintaining it. So understand, like, this is like when you don't work out and when you don't strength train and when you don't eat the amount of protein your body needs, you're slowing your metabolism down. And again, like, this always too is like when you don't work out and again you eat less and you do more cardio, you're just feeling miserable, but also too, you just don't look, you don't look happy. You don't feel great because again, you just look at your arms. You probably like look at your arms the entire time. You see how flabby it is, right? You probably playing around with it, or you look at your stomach, you grab this and like you're just like wondering like what's going on, or like what type of ab circuit do I need to do to get rid of this? It's like, you don't need to do that bullshit. All you just need to do is just build your metabolic capacity. So how do we build that metabolic capacity, right? Well, this is where the air comes in. You ever like try to blow up a balloon with air? It expands? That's what you should be doing. This is how it portrays to your muscle. Every time you put food inside your body, you're blowing up the muscle, which is the balloon, right? So the more times you eat more, and when I explain to eat more, I'm not saying like go to fucking McDonald's like 3 or 4 times a week, get whatever you want. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying eat more to the base on the amount of calories you need for maintenance on day-to-day activities, making sure you have the right amount of protein, make sure you get enough carbs to supply for your workout performance, make sure you get enough fats to keep your organs healthy and do what it needs to do for your hormones and things like that. That's what I mean by eating more. And this is what I mean by like when you eat more, you get to enjoy those things when you go out with friends, when you indulge yourself, when you have that ice cream, when you have that cake, when you have any of those things. You're not feeling guilty about it. You're not stressing yourself about it. You're not restricting yourself from it. You're enjoying those things because you already know the working idea. You already know what's happening because you already understand the metabolic capacity of how you do so. So when we add more food intake, when we add more air into the balloon, which is the muscle, the more food you add in, the more the muscle expands. The more the muscle expands, the more calories you burn. And the more calories you can burn, the bigger the metabolic capacity can come. And the bigger the metabolic capacity you can go, the more food you can eat in one sitting, the more food you can eat throughout the entire day without feeling guilty, without stressing. And you can go on the next day without worrying about jumping on the scale, without worrying about looking yourself in the mirror, without worrying about any shit. You already know because you have an exact idea and plan in place to understand how to keep your metabolic capacity going and how to not worry about it because you already got a plan in place. So when you understand the metabolic capacity, understand the balloon is the muscle, understand the air is the food intake. The more food over the period of time you intake and you do the right strength training, you do the right macros and your calories, the more muscle you're gonna build, the more the balloon is gonna expand by increasing the air intake over the period of time. And this is how I'm able to do what I do. And this is a lot of times you guys like, this is how to answer your question, how I'm still looking the way I do, despite all the food challenges, despite me eating all the calories, is because this is exactly the methodology I'm doing for myself. After my cut, I jumped my calories back up to 3,700. That was at the end of November, starting December. Slowly over time, I increased my calories by 300. I'll take 1 month, stay at 3,700. I still noticed my weight wasn't changing, but I was still getting striated. Cool. I increased my calories up to another 300, 4,000, right? Did the same thing. Nothing was changing. Weight wasn't changing. Weight was staying the same. My striations were still playing. My lower back was looking good. I still had my 6-pack go on, right? Cool. Next month, did the same thing. Increased my calories by 300, 4,300, right? Do the same thing. So each month, until this month now, I'm at 4,600. I'm going to keep doing the same thing until I hit that threshold, until the moment in time when that balloon kind of pops to the point where it's like, all right, we hit a threshold, we put too much in it, where we're overspilling, where the body's not responding as much, or like we're getting a little bit too much, we have to titrate back, right? And that's where it comes. But like you keep playing around with it until that moment in time it comes, like, damn, I'm eating this amount of food and I'm still looking away, dude. It's like, hell yeah, like that's the whole point. That's the goal. Is like, this is exciting because like, you guys all love food. Like you can't kid yourself. Like you guys love snacking. You guys love enjoying all these indulgements, going out and all those things like that. So why not build yourself to the point where you can eat the amount of food, and so when you go out, you don't feel guilty and you don't feel stressed doing so. You already know what you need to do, and plus also too, you already understand what your body is doing because you build yourself the muscle, you build yourself the metabolic capacity to do so. You build yourself that drive and calorie burner, the fat burning like I talk about, Because again, the more muscle mass you have, the more you burn the calories, right? It's just a fat burning methodology right there. So, and that's how I'm doing it, right? And this is how I'm still doing the food challenges and stuff like that. Now again, I can go a little bit more deeper into like how you navigate that, but that's a different story for another day and things like that. But just for you to understand, this is what I'm doing right now, and this is how I'm doing it. I'm slowly building my muscle. I'm slowly increasing my calories. And I'm slowly building myself up to the point where it's like, cool, how's my body responding? Is my body responding the right way, or is my body responding the wrong way? And if my body is responding the wrong way, I might take a break, see if anything changes, and nothing changes, then I might titrate back. And that's all you need to do and things like that. But again, it doesn't help when, again, you keep eating whatever you want without knowing. I know exactly what my meals go into, right? I know from meal 1 all the way to meal 5. I know exactly how much each meal contains. I eat that 6 days out of 7, right? And when I do my challenges, I'm not feeling guilty because like most of the challenges I do is something I enjoy. That's one time a week. I'm not feeling guilty about it because I know exactly what I need to do afterwards and stuff like that. But again, it's because you guys are doing a lot more thinking than what you actually should know and things like that. So why this matters? It just matters because this is the new way to apply into today's world, what's going on. If people are always telling you calorie deficit is the way, and calorie deficit is the way to lose weight, then how come like you see me increasing my calories? How come you see me, doing these food challenges, but I'm not in the calorie deficit? So how does that make sense, right? Well, it matters because you just need to understand how to build metabolic capacity. You need to understand how to build your muscle. You need to understand the right amount of food. You need to eat more, but again, the correct and the right way, the amount of calories, the amount of macros you need for your body and for it needs to do and things like that. And you just need to keep doing that over and over and over. So that's why it matters. So when we go into the actions for you to take, 1, start knowing. Do the opposite of what you're doing, right? You're doing all these mistakes. Like I talked about the last video, right? The 8 mistakes I did and things like that. I'll drop that down in the description, but go back if you haven't watched it because I think those 8 mistakes can help you a lot because that's what I did too. And this is what's got me to the point because I used to be at 260 and now I'm at 234, a whole different completed person, right? And I'm still experimenting. I'm still like figuring things out. I'm still learning on the what, the why, the how, all these things of what's happening, things like that. But like, this is like the new experiment. Like things like this is the way like people should do. And this is the way like people should like integrate into their lifestyle and things like that is do the opposite, right? Like, you eating whatever you want without knowing, start knowing. Like eat more and eat to the point where you know how much your body needs. Eat to the point where like, all right, cool, you want to like have a food challenge, not like a food challenge, but like you want to have like a night out with your friends or like, indulge in, some sweets or anything like that. You can eat with knowing things that. 2, eat more, build more, right? Again, like I said, eat more by doing it correctly, right? Eat more protein, eat more calories and things that. And again, when it comes to your calories, just make sure you eat it to the point where it's enough for your maintenance. And then at that point, you just got to figure out, don't put yourself back in a deficit because again, we're trying to build up a metabolism. So your metabolism is already slow. You tank that shit so far down. The only way we got to get yourself back up is we got to slowly reverse it back up. We got to get your metabolism going again. We got to get your metabolism up, prime, and ready, right? So make sure you understand when you're trying to eat more, don't go back down. Like again, yes, you want to get to a certain point, but you can't do so. Again, you can't lose weight if you don't have muscle. If you have no muscle, you can't lose weight anymore. Then you're just going to keep looking like dog shit. That's the reason this whole thing, and this is why your metabolism, your metabolic capacity is looking like this right now. And it should be looking like this. Because again, that's why you can't lose weight because you don't have muscle. And you're not, having muscle because you're not eating enough. So build more muscle, eat more food, but again, right and corrective way. Lastly, just be consistent. This shit right here, this shit ain't going to be 30 days. This shit ain't going to be 60 days. This shit's going to probably take you 6, 12, 18 months, to be honest, to understand fully how to build your metabolic. It might take you a while because you got to understand, you probably put yourself in 2 years of this position right here. Eating less, doing more cardio, losing muscle mass, not eating enough. I got all those negative habits. It's going to take you some time. So understand this part right here that it's going to take you the same amount of time, if not even more, to get yourself to this future balloon, to the bigger balloon that you need. And just think, once you do so, the outfit that's hidden back in the closet, that can come back out now. All the other jeans you buy in the past, the plus sizes, fucking you can return them back to Player's Closet. Old Navy, fucking Goodwill, whatever the case is, you can return those away and things like that, right? Purchase those clothes that you feel more happy about purchasing. Don't purchase the clothes because you gotta go up one size and you feel miserable. Purchase the clothes that you want to wear, you desire to wear, you desire to fit in. You desire to be happy and confident. So when you look back at the old photos, like, damn, yeah, that person was rocking it. Or like, damn, yeah, that person was that shit right there, right? So other than that, guys, this is about the metabolic capacity. I hope you guys got some value out of it. Hopefully I explained the way for you guys to understand how to really do it in the simplest way possible. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like, all you have to do is like pretend like your muscles bloom, to pretend like the food intake is your air. The more food you put inside the balloon, the more air you put inside the balloon, the bigger it gets. Same thing, the more food you put inside your body, the more bigger your muscle gets, the more fat burning process it becomes easy for as time goes on. So other than that, if you got any questions about this, drop them in the comments. If you guys find some value, as always, please like, comment, and share with someone who will find value in this. I guess catch you guys in the next one.